reaction now, shall we? Joining me is Julian Karaguesian, a former special advisor at the Ministry of Finance. Good morning, Julian.
Morning, Matt.
Certainly an interesting morning as we talk about, another late night, overnight posting on social media from the U.S. President Donald Trump. You heard the clips and you heard Jeremy talking about the Prime Minister. What's your reaction, to this latest, again, seems like a major hurdle now to the possibility of seeing some easement of sectoral tariffs in particular?
It does seem like a major hurdle. I personally don't think that the ad was a good idea. Primarily not because we should live in fear of every change in mood of President Trump, but we know that President Trump is volatile, and I don't think we should poke the bear unless we can get something from it. And I don't know if this ad does that. Perhaps that $75 million would have been better spent in schools and hospitals and infrastructure. Because I don't think it gets us anywhere. International trade policy is the purview of the federal government, and the Prime Minister and his senior officials have been working hard on a deal. And I think this throws a bit of sand in the spokes, in the wheels of that. And yet, I don't think there's any results. So I think this is a problem, but it's easily resolvable by pulling the ad. And then I think President Trump, given his up and down nature, he will then have his officials return to the table. But I do think that the ad's not a good idea. As they're poking the bear with no results, and progress was being made. And I'm assuming the most progress was being made with aluminum. So anyway, yeah.
So politically, let's talk about that, Julian, if we can, right? The Prime Minister and Doug Ford, the Premier of Ontario, were together yesterday making an announcement about nuclear reactors in southern Ontario. I'm sure not quite, the same relationship and the same talk that they had maybe late last night if they connected personally. We don't know that at this point. How does this play out politically too? At least, you said that maybe Ontario should pull these ads right now, but, this relationship now between Ontario and Canada, but also, the two leaders of the province and of the country, and how that works now with this relationship with Donald Trump?
I think, without having any kind of inside information, I think it makes the relationship internally between Prime Minister Carney and Premier Doug Ford more difficult. Or, it's also possible it was coordinated, but I don't think so. I think that progress was being made, and I think this kind of thing just throws a spanner in the works. And it's, 80 million people voted for Donald Trump. And even if some of those people might be disillusioned with the president, the fact is that he's not running again. He's in his second and final term, and he wants to leave a legacy. And as Prime Minister Carney suggested, we're in a new era, and the duly elected president of the United States has the right to change the direction of trade policy in their country. Unfortunately, that hurts Canada, and we're a rich country. We have options, and I think the reform pillars of the federal government, the new government, are the right ones. And but I think our plan A is to secure the best deal we can for Canada. And I think that provincial premiers, while they can speak about what's going on, obviously, I think they should leave the high-level negotiations to the federal government, to the Prime Minister and his relevant cabinet ministers.
Julian Karaguesian, former special advisor at the Ministry of Finance, thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Matt.